If you're here, it's because you just got a brand new fiddly fig, or you're having troubles with the fiddly fig you've already got. Either way, I'm here to help you have a thriving fiddly fig. Let's jump right into it. Light is the most important aspect of houseplant care. It doesn't matter if you water perfectly, you have the best fertilizer in the world, the most awesome soil. If you don't have the right light, your fiddly fig is going to struggle. Now, all ficus, including your fiddly fig, need bright light to do really well. Now, what does bright light mean? It's so subjective. Now, we characterize bright light by south windows, west windows, or east windows. North does not provide bright light year-round, so we generally try to stay away from that. The second most important thing is the plant's view of the sky. One of the biggest mistakes we see with fiddly figs is thinking that just because it is near a window, it is receiving very bright light. Or we are using our eyes to perceive bright light, which is not the same as how a plant perceives bright light. The best thing you can do is get down to your plant's perspective and look out at its nearest window. Do you see a wide view of blue sky? Or do you see your covered patio, your neighbor's house, or maybe a big mature tree? Any of these obstructions that come between the plant's leaves and that blue sky are going to make the light lower and lower. And these plants need really bright light in order to thrive. Take that extra step, get down on your plant's perspective, and make sure they're seeing wide open blue sky. Next, let's talk about watering. During the spring and summer months, your plant is actively growing. This is their growth period where they put on a lot of vegetation. During that time of the year, spring through summer months, we water when the plant is 25% dry. During the winter months, we let the plant dry out about 50% in between really thorough soakings. It's important to remember that no matter the time of year, if your plant is ready to be watered, your goal is to saturate the entire root ball. So soak that plant. Don't be giving your plant a cup of water or 2 cups of water. You need to soak it. One thing we always have to teach is that overwatering is not a term that describes an amount of water, 1 cup or 2 cups, for example. Overwatering is a term that describes how frequently you're watering. So if your plant is not drying out sufficiently in between each watering, that would be overwatering. Now let's talk about repotting. We like to repot our plants in springtime, but anytime during the growth period, spring through the summer months, is perfectly appropriate. We avoid repotting during the winter months unless it's an emergency. I like to use a 1-to-1 ratio of houseplant soil mixed with cactus soil. That's going to retain a little bit of moisture, but still providing enough drainage for the plant's roots to stay healthy. And always make sure that your pot has plenty of drainage holes. Never pot a fiddly fig, or any houseplant for that matter, in a pot that does not have drainage holes. Fiddly figs aren't terribly picky about their fertilizer, but they do appreciate those extra nutrients, especially during the growing season. We like to use a general purpose, liquid soluble, or granule fertilizer throughout the growing season. A 10-10-10, 15-15-15, or 20-20-20 is perfectly fine. But that's going to do it for our care guide of the fiddly fig. If you have any questions or tips of your own, please leave them in the comments below.